Hello guys, and welcome back for another video. In this video we're going to speak about something that almost everybody gets wrong about the price of the Tesla Model 3 and other EVs in general. So I just wanted to do a video about it to sort it out. So the Model 3 came out not so long ago and there's been a lot of videos about it, and I even did a video about all the specs and all the prices, so you guys can check it out if you want to. So most probably if you check this out, then you will see that the Model 3 that you want will be about $55,000 to $59,000, and this is not even including the dual motor option and the Ludacis upgrades. So most probably if you're waiting for an all-wheel drive, you will be well north of 60,000 US dollars. So ever since this video I've been getting a lot of comments about people how can a $55,000 car be called mass market or affordable? There is something that almost everybody misses when it comes to the EVs, and that is the cost of ownership. Let me tell you what I mean. I'm someone who has had a Nissan Leaf for over a year now, and before that I had about 3 or 4 gasoline cars. Before the Nissan Leaf I had a Toyota Aygo, which is one of the cheapest cars that you can buy new. In Sweden it was $12,000, and I have a Nissan Leaf which is almost 3 times the price of the Aygo, but when you add up the cost of the lease and the electricity or the gas in the car that is 3 times as expensive in the end becomes cheaper to own. And I know that this is a shocker, but I'm actually going to give you the exact numbers, so here we go. Now a bit of a disclaimer here, all the prices here are calculated from the Swedish prices of things, and Sweden is a very expensive country because we have our dear socialism and very high taxes. And I do think that this calculation is different country by country. I think it will be very similar in all over Europe, because in Europe the gas is very expensive and usually the electricity is much cheaper. But I challenge you to do your own math on this, because it will be very surprising. So here we go. Here is the Aygo. The price of the car that I started leasing it for was $12,888. I was a salesman and I was driving 3,000 kilometers, which is 1,864 miles per month. And here you can see that the Aygo is classed as a very environmentally friendly car. It has an awesome mileage. The lease was $331. And because I was driving so much, the gas was $282 per month. So the cost of ownership of the Toyota Aygo is $613 per month. So before we move on, I want to really stress that the Aygo is a very economical car, very good mileage, and the cheapest car that you can get on the market, and the smallest. So if you have a Volkswagen Passat or an Audi A4 or A6 or a Mercedes or any like a Ford Mondeo or Ford Focus, this price would be a lot more, and your monthly lease would probably go up to $400 or $500, and the gas would also be a lot higher if you're driving as much as me. And now here's the shocker. We take the Nissan Leaf that I own, which is more than 3 times as expensive as the Aygo. So the monthly lease is $490, which is more than the Aygo. But here's the shocker. The gas or electricity per month is only $60. And this is from real life actual data, what the car is showing. And this is the Swedish electricity price. So the cost of ownership per month is $550. Again, this is real numbers, and you can see that basically it is cheaper to own this car than, which is like a $41,000 car, than having a $12,000 ICE car. And then there is other things that we could talk about, like repair and maintenance costs, which is also a lot better for the electricity driven cars. So that's even an additional saving. This is what a lot of people misunderstand. Even if the Model 3 is $50 or $55 or $60,000, your monthly cost of ownership is probably going to be the same or even less as owning a Focus or as having an Audi A4 or just having a normal car. I do want to stress here that this is Swedish numbers, and I think that this is going to be a lot different in the US, but I challenge you to do your own math. If you're thinking about buying a Model 3, sit down with a piece of paper, do some research about how many kilowatts the car uses per mile, and add up how many miles you're going to drive and the electricity cost, and then you will get your numbers and you will be shocked. The Model 3 is a lot more affordable per month than what the price tag actually suggests. I want to talk a bit more about the maintenance of the electric cars. I get a lot in the comments that, yeah, you feel really good with buying an electric car, but wait until the first time you have to change the batteries. And there is one truth in it, that is very costly to change the batteries, but there's another one. There hasn't really been an available, in real life, practical information available how long the Tesla batteries last. Until a few months back, because the Tesla owners in a club, they upload their battery degradation data into a Google Doc file. And if that data is reliable, and it's quite a lot of cars, then it suggests that for an average user to lose more than 20% of their battery, they would have to drive 400,000 miles or 540,000 kilometers, which is basically more than a life cycle of a car. So you could say that the Tesla battery basically lasts forever. So the battery of the Tesla is nothing that you should be worried about. So I wanted to do this video to bring attention to the cost of ownership as opposed to the price of an electric car. And I think a lot of people miss this, so I really invite you to do your own math. And if you are looking at buying a Model 3 or just buying electric cars in general, I hope that this gave you something. I also want to mention that me and my wife have a side project, an online art gallery that you can check out here. We help unknown artists get global exposure, and if you're an artist, then please register on the website. We would love to have your work. And if you're interested in art, please check the site out. It helps the channel and it supports a good cause. And if you have been watching this far, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.